The music is straight up Ace Ventura. Chicago. Green, because it's St. Patrick's time. I don't know when this is dropping. This is probably dropping before that. But green, because March. And March is green. And I don't really have much other green clothing at the moment. Anyway, happy St. Patty's Day. And welcome back to the channel where you and I... And today we're going to watch a new folk horror film. And, last week we saw The Wicker Man, a movie about a cult, a religious cult, and crops. And that just, you know what? I'm starting to feel like that's going to be the running theme. Religious cults and crops. Because this week we're watching Stephen King's The Children of the Corn. And honestly, I don't know much about Children of the Corn. So I was like... let me try to read Children of the Corn. I'll try to read because, Stephen King, brevity is not his strong suit. So I was worried that I would not have enough time. But Children of the Corn is a short story that he wrote. And I read it. I read Stephen King's Children of the Corn story. And it's a Stephen King short story. That's for sure. That's a thing that is a true fact about what that was that I read. 100%. It's a Stephen King short story there was a beginning, a middle, and an end to it. And there were children and there was corn. And that's, yeah. I'm not looking forward to seeing this, to be honest with you folks. After reading that, I'm like, if this is faithful to that, I don't know, man. But hopefully, this movie does take some liberties with his work. I feel like the more liberties you take with a Stephen King work, the better your movie's going to be. Because if you try to just stick to the story 110%, like some of the movies that are based on Stephen King books, you're not going to have a good time. But if you do some, your own thing, like The Shining, like the It movies and miniseries, like... other things, you'll be pretty happy, But with this one, I really hope they take a lot of artistic ability because there was nothing there. There was just nothing there for me in that short story that I read. There are, certain Stephen King short stories that I do enjoy. I enjoy The Jaunt. That's my favorite one. That's a fucked up story. But that doesn't really translate cinematically into a movie. I don't know how you can make a Jaunt movie. Then again, when I read Children of the Corn, I'm like, how the fuck is this going to work as a movie? Like a whole feature film. We're going to find out, aren't we? So that's the movie. If you want to watch along with me, patreon.com/bsmovies, where the full uncut reaction to the movie is. And I want to thank my Children of the Corn: Hannah, Nick, Kev, Battle Sister Cat, George, Ken, Greg, Mirrors Forever, Manny B, you folks, you lot, you lovely bunch. Thank you so much for sticking with it. And if you want to sync it up while you watch along with me, the movie is on Prime, AMC Plus, Shudder, Hoopla, Arrow. There's a plethora of streaming services that have this movie for you to watch, and some of them are free, like Hoopla. So you can watch along with me if you really want to. And without further ado, we're gonna see Children of the Corn. I'm just not fond of like child actors in horror movies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not looking forward to this. I feel like I'm just gonna be annoyed by the child acting in this movie. I can already feel it in my bones that I'm gonna be annoyed by the children acting in this movie. But maybe they'll surprise me. Hopefully they will. Hopefully we get some good child actors. And not a bunch of performances. Anyway, here we go. Children of the Corn. Children of the Corn. Not a very particularly imposing title of a film, to be honest with you folks. I will say, reading that whole story, it just really felt like Stephen King really wanted to try to make cornfields look and feel scary. And maybe I'm biased, because I'm gonna be honest with you, my favorite vegetable, corn. Oh, there's a child.
3 years ago, I was the only kid in church that day.
Oh, God.
The others were... They were acting real creepy.
By the way, I would survive Children of the Corn. Just saying, after reading the story, I would survive Children of the Corn. Fuck them kids. I'm not afraid to beat the shit out of a child. Life or death depended on it? Oh, I'm going to town on these kids. Beating the shit out of them. I'm going to use one of them as a weapon, for sure. Grab them by the ankle and just start swinging them around. Especially you. That's not a child. That's a 30-year-old boy. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, we're really getting... Okay, we're getting downtown with it. Imagine being Stephen King's son and reading this story.
That's when Sarah started drawing these pictures.
Oh, why'd they bring, like, psychics into this? Steven, you always gotta bring a psychic kid into this. I wonder who's in charge of, like, in these types of movies, always making the kids creepy drawings, you know? Do they get an actual kid to draw these creepy things, or do they get somebody to draw like a kid drawing these creepy things? I would love to have that job. But yeah, I'm in charge of, like, the horror movie. I'm the guy who does the kids' creepy drawings. Just give me some crayons and some construction paper, and I will give you something eerie. Ew, a hotel with, like, that type of carpeting is just, and you're barefoot. It's not even a hotel, it's a motel. It's an 80s motel with that type of carpeting, and you're barefoot.
Happy birthday.
You're lucky I don't punch when I get scared like that. Honest to God. You would have spent the rest of this movie with a black eye. Okay, thank God they're, like, in a happy marriage from the looks of it, because, like,
Special occasion. We have a birthday serenade.
in the short story, I was just not a fan of just how they were constantly fighting for like 20 pages straight. It was like 20 pages of a couple arguing, and then like 10 pages of like actual Children of the Corn. And I was like, Stephen King, you're clearly working through something with this story. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like you're working through something with this, and then you just like had to put a horror thing at the end there.
Just like having that record player.
But we like it. Isaac doesn't let us do anything.
Well, you just better mind him till I get back. Or else, you know.
Honestly though, religious kids, very, very eerie, very weird. I don't know. I just feel like to be that quickly indoctrinated like that,
I said it'll be all right.
you don't really see that, and it's just weird. It's who's that kid that they based the Gravity Falls character on?
Okay. You know what that means?
You ever seen him in real life? Creepy.
You're gonna burn on the lake of fire for all eternity. Make sure nobody's looking.
Also odd, Amish people. I've seen Amish people in real life. I'm just like, what's going on here? What are we doing here?
Go! Nobody's looking!
Why are you screaming that? Just give him a signal. What do you mean? Hey! You're good to run away! When I get out of this corn, I'm gonna eat not corn stuff. Like, shit, everything has corn in it. If not corn, then high fructose corn syrup, and that's just corn. There's gotta be something without corn. I'll eat a burger. That's right, a burger. Is this movie gonna kill kids, by the way? Is this movie got the balls enough to do so? Question answered.
Not me.
Now that, kids, is a map. Before GPS was invented, you had to look at a piece of paper. And you just had to, like, kind of wing it, honestly.
And this one cuts up to the
You have to like connect the dots with and look at the numbers on the signs. You know those signs that just say numbers? Those are mile markers, and you kind of have to like attribute, you know, that to the map. And also, you're gonna run over some kids. Holy shit! Good lord! Whoa!
Oh, Lord.
Careful, the vultures are coming.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just say, oh yeah? At a dead kid? Is he dead? Oh yeah. That's a dead child we're looking at. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, you're gonna be a good doctor, man. You got that, like, you know, doctors gotta be like that kind of, they gotta be a little cold about shit. But here's the thing that doctors don't do. They're not the ones that run over the kids. So I think you should be a bit more affected.
So I want you to go back to the car and wait for me there, understand?
Oh yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, he's dead. What's your favorite vegetable? Mine would be corn, or you know what I've been really into lately, and this wouldn't be a thing to have children of, but you know, Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts, but you know, children of the Brussels sprouts doesn't really roll off the tongue. Why did the music go cha? Why would you leave the car? All right. This isn't Sarah Connor. This is a different character. Sarah Connor would be smarter than this. Sarah Connor would have, you know, been vigilant about things. Now, is this movie gonna... Look, spoiler alert for the original story. Is this movie gonna have a giant corn monster? There's no way, right? There's no way that this movie would do that. But I don't know. I wouldn't put it past this movie to have a giant corn monster.
I'm so sorry.
Vicky, come on.
Man, I thought that was real.
It's okay. Take it easy. Just take it easy. Relax. You're okay. Understand?
He said, "You guys have bad brakes. Fix your brakes." Dude, make some room in your trunk first. Jesus Christ, how much shit you got in your trunk? You think you could fit a body in there? You're gonna have to, like, really push down the trunk. Ow! These kids are too young to know how Monopoly works.
They come already.
That's gotta be a grown man, right? That's gotta be a grown man. There's gotta...
You have the gift of sight.
There's gotta be a kid with, like, the Andy Milonakis thing, right? Evil kids
Take
acting.
them back where they were.
But they had a game in music. They're
But they had a... What are you doing here? Children of the corn?
You'd think we were on the damn moon. We haven't even seen a truck.
We'll be in Gatlinburg.
Another Stephen King story. No, it's not a Stephen King story I saw. It's a Joe Hill story, I think. But In the Tall Grass.
Think you lived there?
Another similar thing of just being in tall plains of just fields of green and all that. And it's like, yeah, it's scary to get lost in a field, but like, I don't know if that could sustain a whole movie.
You mean there ain't nothing in Gatlin?
Well, folks in Gatlin's got religion. They don't cotton the outsiders, and they probably won't have a phone there either. Sorry, mister. I'd like to stay here and shoot the breeze with you about politics and stuff, but I got a transmission.
I don't. Why'd you bring politics in this? I'm just trying to report a murder. What does the yellow hat mean? I know what a red hat means. What does the yellow hat mean? Who'd you vote for? Imagine driving by this. I'm gonna get some gas. I'm gonna stop at the gas station where the guy's holding a bloody bandana and a wrench.
Come on.
I can still take him on. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I can still take him on. I'm not that old and senile. I could take on a bunch of kids. I could take on a bunch of kids. Bring it on. Especially this guy. I feel like I could take this guy on one-on-one. He walks out covered in blood, like... Alright, well that was easy. The music is straight up Ace Ventura. Chicago.
And spill his blood.
Here's the unrealistic thing, man.
But let not the
You cannot indoctrinate a group of kids. I feel, for me specifically, I feel like that guy looks like Timothy Spall in the background. That guy looks like Peter Pettigrew. Look at that kid.
He who walks behind the rose did say,
I feel like it'd be hard to indoctrinate all these kids. I mean, I've read Lord of the Flies, and I'm sure it is actually easy. But like, I was a bit of a rapscallion as a kid, to say the least. A bit of a precocious kid.
I should never came here.
You know?
But he's always been here, just like he who walks behind the rose.
and the man
So I feel like as a kid, I would just be like, "Hey, excuse me, this is bullshit. Can I go?
even greater than that of
I want
the
to play
Blue
Kingdom
Man."
Hearts."
And
Chicago.
man was
Unto him, bring him the blood of the Outlander.
This guy's got such a dude voice. Like, hell yeah, dude. Like, he's got such a surfer guy voice. It's so funny. I'm gonna be honest with you. This movie's been kind of going at a bit of a slow pace. How is there still an hour left of this movie, man? I feel like I've been sitting here for like 2 hours. How many shots? Okay, how many shots of this movie is just an insert shot of a child's hand grabbing a scary looking weapon? More than you think. More than you think.
Hey, wait a minute. Come back here. Come on, Vicky. Hurry up. I don't want to lose him.
I'm gonna run them over too. What? I don't know. I just got a bloodlust now. Well, you can't run over just one. You know, you gotta run over all the kids you can see. Okay, maybe I should drive. Yeah. You know what? Give it a try. Give it a try. Run them over. No. Man, look. Like I'm saying, I would be able to take on the Children of the Corn for sure. And if I had a car, I would take all of them on. I would just run them kids over like crazy, just mowing them down. Moral of the story, honestly though, for Children of the Corn, at least based on the short story and what's happening right now, nosiness, curiosity killed the cat. You're gonna get killed. Stop being nosy. Just leave. If you see some shady shit, just be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep driving.
Hello?
I love the colors you painted the wall here. Do you still have the paint square with the paint name on it? May I borrow it? Hello? It's kind of like a turquoise, right? Hello? Maybe a bit of a sea foam green? Is that the name of the paint? Do you remember? Hello? Jump scare. You seen one, you seen them all. Imagine two adults barge into your room and just start laughing at you.
We didn't mean to scare you.
What the
Hi.
I'd be terrified. I'd be like, what are you laughing at? What?
Why not?
He's scary.
Look, Sarah, it's very important that we speak to some grown-ups as soon as possible.
Well, he's not exactly a grown-up. I don't know, actually. I've never meant to ask him. I think he's a grown-up. I'm not sure, but he might not be. Do you think sometimes Stephen King, like, he writes these short stories and all these things, and so many of them get adapted? Do you think sometimes he watches the adaptations and instead of feeling like, well, they got it wrong, that's not what I intended, it's like 100% what he intended, and he sees it and he's like, wow, I'm not that good. That was not a good story. I shouldn't have sold the rights to that one. That was not my best work. You know, you don't notice until you see it laid out in front of you, but that story was not worth the, boy, that was a waste of time and money. Not a very sneaky spot, kid. Why is his face like that? Wow, this place has the same color too. Is anybody here? Okay, so like, is this like the town's color? I love the color. Is there a hardware store with the with the paint? Anyone? I'd love to know the name of the color. Ooh, that's a bit creepy. That's a bit eerie. That's good eerie right there. That Jesus painting. They do mention that in the book, the creepy Jesus painting.
Seize her.
Not seize her. Not seize her. Come on, man. When was the last time you heard somebody in a movie say seize her? It's a dragon? The corn monster's a dragon? Oh, hey, look. She predicted. Why? What's the... Oh, Jesus, they filled his car with corn. They didn't even cut the brakes, they just filled the car with corn.
What have I done?
Question him not in vain. Do you not know you did sacrifice Joseph without an offering? And did you not spill the blood of the old man when his oil and gasoline were still useful to us?
We have our own fuel now from the corn.
So not
We're
just
powered by
pride,
corn
but
now.
we have not enough.
Kid looks like a Napoleon Dynamite
Maybe
character.
he's displeased that we have not offered him Sarah and Job.
Sarah has the gift of sight. She warned us of the coming of the interlopers.
Interlopers?
Question not my judgment, Malachi.
This...
I am the giver of his
Did these kids write this movie? That kid was like this kid has been the least helpful child. You're the least helpful psychic I've ever seen, kid. Jesus Christ. Put her in the Minority Report tubs. Get some use out of her. This kid's just drawing shit. Oh. Chicago. Not the corn spreading its cornussy for you. Get out of there. Chicago. Is that a gorilla? Is that Robbie Williams? This kid. What the hell's going on in here? That kid was very confused. I don't think that kid realizes he's in a movie.
Stop it! Stop that!
Hold the Outlander!
Outlander? Not Interloper? See? Look, see? I can take on these kids. Come on.
What the hell's going on here?
I just start slapping him.
My passage.
The hell's going on here? Just see a random kid.
Sick way of
The
celebrating.
hell's going on with you kids?
Listen, I don't
Kids are fucking sick out of your mind. Just slapping kids left and right.
Year.
Who the hell's him?
He who walks behind the rose.
Malachi comes.
Oh my god, that was like in the lung.
Back off!
Back off, you got stabbed in the lung, sir. I'm just gonna shank as many kids on the way out as I can. Okay, I'm out of here. That kid was way too into character. I feel like we should worry about that boy. That kid was roaring.
Back off! Get out of here!
You gonna let a boy in suspenders take you down?
Outlander! Get off! Don't get him!
We were about to, then you distracted us by screaming that, you fucking idiot. Imagine a bunch of fucking high school kids paying attention to like that little boy. Like, you guys are learning calculus. You should not be like, yes, I will obey the orders of this little boy. You're not learning calculus. Look at the place you guys live. I don't think these people believe in calculus.
I know a place to hide, but we gotta hurry.
Who are you?
Job, come on. Stop asking questions.
Are you me from the past? Because you look like you would be me from the past. Am I future you? What's happening? I'm losing a lot of blood. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not thinking straight.
He must be taken without her. We cannot remove her from this place. It is holy.
We will bring the Lord two by using one.
Not less.
This redhead kid is like we could have found a better actor, right?
I am the word and the giver of his laws. Disobedience to me is disobedience to him. Do it now, or your punishment shall be 1,000 times 1,000 deaths, each more horrible than the last.
Okay, well, I feel like, okay, never mind. All the acting from the kids so far has not been stellar.
He will punish you. The jaws of hell will devour you. All of you. No!
No! You will not let me seize him!
When my dad wouldn't get up, I ran from hand to
Also,
hand
check his ID. He's got a driver's license. That's got to be a clue enough that he's not a child.
Won't wait much longer. Night is coming. Night is his time. Outlander! Come on!
Also, Outlander, if you are a dentist, we are in need of a dentist in this town. We are a bunch of kids. We kind of need a doctor and a dentist, so we will let you live.
But if anything happens to me, you get to Hemingford as fast as you can. You get on that road and don't get off. Understand?
Also, where are the guns? I feel like I should have asked that earlier. We don't really have much time for it now, but there has to be guns somewhere. This is a white rural town in America. There's got to be. There should be thousands.
I'm here, Lord!
Chicago.
Take me now, Lord!
Oh, it's Tremors.
Your will, Lord!
It's not a god, it's Tremors. We need Kevin Bacon here. Or it's Bugs Bunny. It could be Bugs Bunny. The hell? Is that the Predator? What's happening? Oh god, he's become infected with the thing. What the f- Okay, now we're getting weird here. Whoa! What the hell?
I can't believe you're this blind.
They're children, my guy. What do you mean? They're children with bowl cuts. Look at them. What the hell? Oh no, did he turn into a monster? Oh no. He looks like David Lynch. And if you can believe it, I'm a child of the corn. This little ass kid. Guys, all this fire around the cornfield seems like a hazardous. I don't like this. Boy, when this is all said and done, the nearest orphanage is gonna be over capacity, to say the least. Maybe we shouldn't hang a lantern when it's really windy in this barn full of corn husks and hay. This is all just a fire hazard. Look, if I were the fire inspector, who's probably dead in this town, but if I were some... What the hell is that? Is that the rhino from James and the Giant Peach? Alright, so how do we get this corn out of my car? I don't know if that's covered by my insurance, all this corn. Oh, by the way, there's a dead body in the trunk. I forgot. Oh my god, he's probably... that's why the car smells. That's why the car smells.
I believe it.
Hell, get a room.
Jealous?
What?
So what do we
Alright, get him away from these kids.
Oh, I don't know. Guys want to come live with us for a couple days?
What? What did I just say? Get him away from these kids.
Okay.
What about us? Like the rest of the kids, and like, no, you guys tried to murder me. Fuck you guys. You guys could. I thought you guys were burning.
Grab the map.
Chicago.
You must die!
Thank you, Linda Hamilton, finally getting something to do.
Oh, she's out cold. What are we gonna do now?
Send her a get well card from Seattle. Let's get the hell out of here.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna kill her. That's it? What? It didn't even end with like... It just... The end. Okay, that's the movie, guys. Look how fucking lackluster of an ending that was. The end. And that was Children of the Corn, and that certainly was an adaptation of a Stephen King short story if I ever saw one. That truly was one of the Stephen King adaptations that I have seen. Truly, definitely a Stephen King adaptation made into film, for sure. Definitely. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's different from the story, but it kind of shares the same problems of the story, where it's kind of just like, all the interesting shit happens pretty much at the last third of the movie. And then by then, I've just been so bored by these pretty bland couples that I just don't care anymore, you know? And also, it's just kind of like, I don't know. The ending has never been Stephen King's strong suit, sure. I've never minded that because I really do enjoy the journeys he takes us on. But this one, it's kind of just like, okay, cornfield monster, sure. Bugs Bunny in the dirt, Tremors, why not? What happened with the fucking little guy, the little boy man, the little man boy kid? He just came back with his hair all frazzled and killed that one redhead. And then what? We just forgot about him. I'm assuming there's look, there's a reason there's like 40 sequels to this, so I'm assuming he'll be back. I don't know how or why you would even choose to expand on this movie, because this just seems like there's nothing there. But maybe that's the case. It's just a blank slate for you to just add your own lore to this, because there's just really nothing there. There's really nothing here. It's just a bunch of kid actors doing kid acting and not being particularly scary in the slightest. In the slightest. I feel like the music was trying to overcompensate how scary it was. You know, like the composer was probably like, this movie's not that scary at all. I gotta make this music as spooky and Danny Elfman as I can to really drive home the spookiness of it. And it didn't help. It just kind of distracted me from the movie every time it went shakaka, like fucking Ace Ventura. Yeah, Wicker Man was better, for sure. Leagues better. I don't know why there's so many of these movies. The short story ended better, in my opinion, because the Children of the Corn win. But I would have been pissed if the Children of the Corn won in this movie, because I just did not like these children. They were annoying. I wanted to beat the shit out of them. But it would have been cool. I kind of wanted to see what the human scarecrow would have looked like, you know, because in the book they say like the eyes, they put corn in their eyes and their mouth is shoved full of corn. It looks fucked up, you know, it's a fucked up visual. But in this, you just get a skeleton on a crucifix, which is just like, And yeah, the main villain actors were just very annoying to me. So I don't know. Clearly, look. Unfortunately, when I see the first film of a series, that means I'm going to have to see every film in that series. So I'll be covering the Children of the Corn sequels soon enough. But for now, that's it for Children of the Corn this year. If you want to see the full uncut reaction, if you want to see the full uncut reaction to that, patreon.com/BS movies, where once again you can be just like my Children of the Corn, Hannah, Nick, Kev, Battle Sister Cat, George, Ken, Greg, Mirrors Forever, and Manny B. And next week we're going from Children of the Corn to Village of the Damned, which is yet again more children, I assume. So we're just going from creepy kids to creepy kids. Will these kids be the creepier ones, or will these kids be even less creepy than this? I don't know if you could be less creepy than these kids, but guess we'll find out next week, won't we? And until then, you know what's really good? That corn, I think they sell it at Target or something. That corn dip, that like street corn, that like Mexican street corn dip. I used to eat that, like, I didn't know it was a dip when I first ate it, and so I was just eating it out of the bowl. And then I looked at the thing and it said dip, and I'm like, I've been eating dip this first of all, it's delicious, but like now I'm like, oh, that's gonna be bad for my stomach. It was, but I still buy it because it's really good. The point is, Mexican street corn, really good. Children of the Corn, not so much.